everyone. My name is Patrick. You're watching the Oilers Rundown. So the big question in oil country is, what now? We know there isn't going to be a coaching change, at least not yet. TSN's Ryan Rishaug put those notions to rest this morning. He says Jay Woodcroft will remain head coach of the Edmonton Oilers at least until after tomorrow night's game against the Seattle Kraken. So that would conclude the 3-game road trip for the Oilers. They head home on Monday to play the New York Islanders. If the Oilers lose to the Seattle Kraken tomorrow night, will that do it? I don't know. You have to think things are going on behind the scenes with the Edmonton Oilers right now. They have to be methodical. They have to make sure they're making the right decisions. The right decisions clearly haven't been made to this point, so something's got to change here. And you got to make sure if you are letting Jay Woodcroft go, if you are letting Ken Holland go, you make the right choices to replace them. Like I said in last night's Fanatic Rundown, Gerard Gallant sounds like at least, the leading contender to possibly take over as head coach. But as of now, no changes in either coaching or management. Elliot Friedman mentioned in his 32 Thoughts podcast this morning that he heard something was almost going down on Wednesday with the Edmonton Oilers regarding a goaltender. He's not sure what happened with that trade, if it's just on pause or they decided to break it off, but obviously it was on Wednesday, nothing happened, but the Oilers are clearly still looking. Tom Gazzola mentioned on the Oil Stream on Edmonton Sports Talk this afternoon that the Oilers are apparently searching in the Eastern Conference right now for a goaltender. Obviously, that doesn't really narrow it down. Pretty much narrows it down to 16 teams. We know a few teams have 3 goaltenders, Buffalo, Detroit. Are any of those guys really huge improvements for the Edmonton Oilers right now? I don't know. We know they've been looking at Jordan Binnington. UC Saros with the Nashville Predators is apparently a non-starter, along with Askarov there. So we've discussed Carter Hart a bit. I don't know if Carter Hart can even be pried out of the Flyers. I've heard conflicting reports on that. So clearly nobody knows for sure, just a lot of speculation right now. But what we do know is there will be no coaching change until at least after the Seattle Kraken game tomorrow night. Nothing has happened with Ken Holland. And from the sounds of it, a trade could be the next thing we see. If the Oilers do once again lose tomorrow night to Seattle, the Oilers just might simply have no choice but to move on. We don't know how deep those cuts are going to be. Do the Oilers completely remove the coaching staff, head coach, assistant coaches, goaltending coach? We know a lot of people want to see Dustin Schwartz replaced. If the Oilers are going to go really big, sweeping changes, this delay makes even more sense, right? You need more time to get those people in place. If you're just replacing the head coach, that's one thing. But if you're replacing multiple positions, you need time to find those people. So maybe the decision has already been made to remove Jay Woodcroft and the Oilers are just taking their time finding the right people to bring in to replace them. Or Jay Woodcroft, like Ken Holland, is on a very short leash right now. I've said many times I don't think Jay Woodcroft should be fired. I don't think this is his fault, but as per usual, the coach usually falls on the sword, and I think if Jay Woodcroft goes, Ken Holland should be going along with him at this point, whether it's resignation or you move him into a different position or possibly an outright firing. Ken Holland has done a lot of good things with this team, and he's also made his share of mistakes as well, and you want to see the guy go out with some class and with some dignity, but this team, as we all know, high aspirations, and they are failing each and every one of them right now, and something has to happen to turn this team around. We know it's ultimately the players on the ice. Clearly something's off with Connor. Clearly something's off with Leon, but even if Connor and Leon aren't going, the other guys on the ice got to pick up the slack, and just nobody's picking up the slack right now. It's failure right across the board, and something has to happen here, whether it's off the ice or on the ice, to get this team going. So we'll see what happens here, guys, but right now, nothing imminent to report, but If we do get a trade tonight, I will certainly hop back on here, probably just do a live video at that point, and we can discuss the trade that has gone down. But as of now, probably given how close it is to tomorrow's game, I don't know if we'll see something, but if they can put something together, the quicker the better. Let's get it done. So with all that said, let's take a quick look at the lineup for tomorrow night's game against the Seattle Kraken. It'll be Ryan McLeod with Connor McDavid and Zach Hyman, Dylan Holloway with Leon Draisaitl and Warren Foegele, Evander Kane with Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and Sam Gagner, Raphael Lavoie with James Hamlin and Derek Ryan, and on the blue line, Darnell Nurse and Cody Ceci, Matthias Ekholm and Evan Bouchard, Brett Kulak and Vinny Desharnais, and I'm going to guess we see Stuart Skinner starting goal once again. Maybe they'll give Kelvin Pickard a start, but Skinner did play well against the San Jose Sharks last night, so I imagine the Oilers just go back to Skinner. But that's all I have for now, guys. Let me know your thoughts on everything. What do you think the next move will be? Let me know in the comment section below. If this is your first visit to the channel and you like what you see, please consider liking and subscribing for all the latest Oilers content. You've been watching the Oilers Fanatic. Thanks for being a fan.